welcome to Family History the Smart Way. I'm Heather Stovall, your smart genealogist. Today, we're going to have a look at entering a census record into Clooz 4. Clooz generally starts up on your information screen, but if you're not there, feel free to just click on the information button, and you'll see all of the information records that you have stored in Clooz. We're going to want to add a census, so we'll click on censuses. And I'm going to be showing you a 1911 UK census, so we'll click on UK censuses. 1911 England, the 1911 England and Wales census. And then we'll go with new. All right, here we are, and this is the screen for entering in a 1911 England or Wales census. We're going to start off by going to the file and adding it. We're going to start off by going to the file and adding it onto the media button. And we can just drag and drop the file here. Here we go. It just took one moment. Now we can see the information here. And as you have seen in the other working with Clooz files, we can do things such as add a row guide. We can make it the viewer a separate window. We can magnify it as needed, and we can change the rotation. We can also magnify a particular part of the screen if necessary to read. Now, in this case, for the entire census, I do not have a personal file ID. I have not yet decided how I want to number my censuses. And I'm checking to see if there is an RG number on here, which is what they are referring to. I am not offhand seeing one. I will just scan around a bit. I'm seeing a schedule number. Get rid of that. And the family information there. But I am not seeing an RG number for reference number. So I will leave that blank at the moment and look to see if I can find out what it is elsewhere. The census date is already filled in for us, the 2nd of April, 1911. And this is in England. I hadn't gone through and carefully looked at this census before, so I'm not sure what county it is. I got this off of Ancestry, so I should be able to find it in their record summary, but I am not finding it on this specific piece of paper. I also don't know the civil parish. Okay, so I'm going to have to get this information off of Ancestry itself. I am accessing it today, And at the moment, I don't use a user rating. I am going to just quickly jot down that it was from Ancestry. And we will get that information in a moment. So now we want to enter in the particulars of each person, starting with William Smart. Now I'm just going to move the screen up a little bit so we can see what we're doing. And Clooz uses a chart form very similar to the census itself. So I'm going to start by linking someone that I already have for sure in the database. So I click on the link, and I am going to filter out people with the last name of Smart. And I click on filter, and then I have William Smart, whose spouse is Ellen Brown, you can see there, and children Rachel, quite a number of children, but including the Ellen Amelia and the George Frederick. So this is the right person, so I will add them. And I click on link selected. Okay, so we have linked William Smart, who I've already entered. And now we're going to add in the information that we see here for him on the census. This allows us to show any information that might be different from what we already have set up. So we see right here on the document that his last name was Smart, and that his first name was William, which of course we knew. Relationship to head of the household, we see here on the census that he is the head, and that he was 64. We know that he's a male because his age was entered into the male side, and he is married. Okay, so he is not a married woman, so we would not enter in any information there. And he is a police pensioner, which of course means that he was retired from the police force. Now, I find it interesting here that in the industry, it also says that he is a domestic gardener. So I will enter that in. And he is a worker. So he is working for employment, apparently as a gardener. And he was born in Hulme, Wiltshire, but I am entering it in the way that they did with Wiltshire first. And then the red marks are someone counting or tallying up the census, and there is no information on him being infirm or in any way. So now it does look like there is supposed to be a second page to the census. At this moment, I only have the first page. So I'm going to quickly bring this up on Ancestry and look at the image there to see if we possibly have the next page available to us. And it looks like the next page is information on where he was living. And the page after that is another family. So we will just double check the page before. And that's also another family. So this is indicated to me that I will want to look for this census from a different source other than Ancestry to see if the added information is there. Although it does look like most of this information is supposed to be from the bottom of the page. So I would think that we would want to add that in on the main person. So I'm just not seeing the language spoken column. So the total number of males was listed as 3. Total number of females is 4. Total number of persons is 7, which it's interesting that it looks a little bit like a 4. Total number of rooms in the dwelling is 4. And I always have to remember to click back down at the bottom when you move. And the signature name, that looks like a William Smart to me. And the postal average is the Lodge, Ascot, Grange, Chester Road. I don't know why I added an E on Ascot. And I don't see any commas or any breakup in that, so we'll leave that there. Okay, so that was the head of the house. Now, I do have Ellen Smart, his wife, entered in already. Her maiden name was Ellen Brown. But to show you how to add a new person, I will click on New for her. And the number of the schedule was 269. I missed it adding that. So 269, and William was line 1. And the new person is line 2. And you'll notice that because I had the copies selected subjects details, that some of the information is already entered in for us. So Ellen is next person. She's the wife. She is 46 and female because her age is in the female column, and she is also married. And as she is the wife, we have these extra bits. They have been married for 16 years. They have 5 children that were born alive, and they have all 5 children still living. And so that left 0 that died. They left it blank, so I'll leave it blank. And there is no information about her working or anything at all. So we will leave those all blank. And her birthplace was Warwickshire. But we will put it exactly the way it was there. And again, the nationality wasn't entered. And there's no information on the deaf and dumb, and I don't see where the language spoken is on this census. On to the next person. And see, now it's put in the schedule in the line number for me. And this is Ellen Amelia. And it looks like I probably have her in my records already because it came up as a thing for it came up as a suggestion. Um, Daughter, and she was 15 and also female. She is single, and she was born in Birmingham, Warwickshire, and we will do it in the order it says. So Warwick, Birmingham, and that's the information for her. And it looks like the next couple of kids are also in Birmingham. So we'll add a new person. And this is Annie Smart, daughter, age 13, female. They did not, the instructions on the census said to put their marital status for ages 15 and above. So we will leave that blank. And Birmingham, and see, it's already filled in nicely for me. The next person is Rachel Smart, also a daughter. She was 11 and a female, and she was born in Birmingham, and we'll just double check. All good. The next person is George Smart, and he's a son, and he is 9 and male, and he was born in Washwood Heath in Warwickshire. Now I believe that Washwood Heath was in or right next to Birmingham. I'll want to be double checking that. And yes, it is Washwood Heath. So the magnification can be very helpful for setting up or for making sure that you're getting the spelling right, or that you're actually reading the word correctly. So that's him, and we'll reduce that. And the next child is also born in Washwood Heath. So we will go new, and we will add in William. And I happen to know it's kind of hard to read there, but that's William Frank Smart. And he's also a son, and age 7, and male, and born in Washwood Heath. All right, so that's all of the people. Now, before I say this, I want to go back and get that main information that I had been missing up here. I'll bring this down a little bit so I can see a bit more. And I've brought up the census record on Ancestry so I can look at the information. And of course, it just closed on me because I want to look at the record and not the actual image right now. Okay, so we have the civil parish, so I'll do this so we can see the information. The civil parish was Sutton Coldfield. And the county is Warwickshire. The country is England, which I had. And there we see the street address again. So I've got a registration district number. All right, registration district and registration district number. Well, the district number is 385. And I'm not seeing what the name of the registration district is. The sub-registration district is Sutton Coldfield. And I'm not seeing a sub-district number. The enumeration district is 02. And the date accessed again is today. And there's a piece number that I don't know. I don't know where that goes. Bureau or Urban District. All right, so now I'm going to have a look at the source information. And I'm not seeing any of that information that I had missed there. I probably didn't want to click on the Learn More. It looks like I did not. Back to the source. So now I'm going to go over into Clooz and the source. And I could possibly save the URL here on the quick capture. I don't know how well that will be for getting back. And I'm not sure why this is so small there, probably because I have all this here. But I can copy this information down into the quick capture as well. So that way I've got the basics of the information. I'm going to make this a little smaller so we can see a bit more there. And this is going to be a 1911 okay, it's a new source. The repository is Ancestry. Source type is register. That sounds right to me. Source name 1911 England census for William Smart household. And I'm going to copy that into the source title. For the rest of the source, I can fill it out here. I usually fill it out in much greater detail when I put it into my Roots Magic database. For the subject, well, okay, so that's for each individual person, and right now I have William Frank selected, so that's why his information's coming up. The media we have. Now, we want to auto-generate the events for the census. And you can see it's created a birth event for each person with estimates and the locations. It's got the occupation for William Smart. It's got a census record for William Smart, Ellen Smart, and 5 others. And you might want to add a special event with a residence event with the full address or some other information. But at the moment, this will do. And then we're going to ask it to suggest the family. And it basically has created the family as the census showed it. And then if we have any more tasks for the census, we could add a task here, or maybe you keep your tasks on a different program. So now that's done. So we'll save the record. And I'm not going to update William Smart's birth location at this point. I wish it showed me what the old value was, so I'll go no. And I will do that for, I should update it for these people that I just created. And that's it. We can go in and have a look at it at any time or edit it. And it makes a not too bad of a printout if you do a printout. I hope that this was helpful. And this has been Heather Stovall, the Smart Genealogist, on Family History the Smart Way. Thank you. Please like and subscribe, and have a good day.